Hello everybody, my name is Ryan, M&R Productions. How are you doing? Today I've got a top 10 video for you guys. Brickset.com ran a poll and tried to figure out what the top LEGO Star Wars sub-themes were as part of their, celebration for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. And today I'm going to go through the top 10 out of those results. Now, the only thing not included in this kind of poll was the UCS line, because I think everyone knows that would have won for favorite sub-theme. So they left it out so that we could figure out a true favorite sub-theme that isn't the Ultimate Collector Series. So other than the Ultimate Collector Series, I'm going to go ahead and count down the top 10 LEGO Star Wars sub-themes. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, a sub-theme is something like Episode 3, Star Wars Rebels. It's like the division, if you have LEGO Star Wars as a whole, and then you have all the little sub-themes like UCS, Episode 3, Episode 2, Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Freemaker Adventures, Expanded Universe, etc., stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and count down the top 10 on the list. Oh, by the way, there were over 4,500 people that voted on this. So this is actually a pretty good representation of what probably most of the LEGO Star Wars community feels. Now, if you guys feel differently, drop it down in the comments below. I'm interested. What's your favorite sub-theme from LEGO Star Wars? I'm super interested. My favorite is probably Episode 3, just because that's the first movie I was really old enough to watch and really enjoy, and then get the LEGO sets after watching it. So that's mine, but you guys go ahead and comment down below what your favorite sub-theme is. Coming in at number 10 with just 2% of the vote is Episode 2. Now, I think a big problem and a reason Episode 2 isn't as favored by a lot of Star Wars fans is because from 2003 to 2012, that's 10 years, there were no Episode 2 sets in that period. Unfortunately, that was a big reason I think this comes in only at number 10. A lot of the sets do look pretty cool, especially the newer 2013 ones. The problem I think it also has is that a lot of the older sets just kind of look old now and dated and could use a remake, like Jango Fett's Slave 1. And the Hellfire Droid could use it to remake. Geonosian Starfighter again, of course, in the Episode 2 version. And the Tusken Raider encounter, but the Clone Troopers vs. Droidicus Battle Pack is just awful if we don't remember that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to number 9. At number 9, with 3% of the vote, we have Star Wars Rebels. Now, I think this is pretty reasonable. Star Wars Rebels is actually really cool. It's got some great LEGO sets, very well built, great play features. They look cool, and specifically, my favorite's going to be the Rebel Combat Frigate, Captain Rex's ATTE, the Darth Vader's TIE Advance is absolutely awesome. The TIE Advance Prototype and ATDP, all good sets. The Wookiee Gunship, very well built. So there's some good sets in here. Unfortunately, it's just not as popular with a lot of the general Star Wars fans. A lot of the younger Star Wars fans are fans of it, but unfortunately, most of the people that voted in this particular poll probably weren't huge fans. So it does come in above Episode 2 at number 9, though. At number 8, with 4% of the vote, we have the Expanded Universe. This is going to be the TIE Crawler, Imperial Dropship Battle Pack, the Rogue Shadow, the TIE Defender, the TIE Fighter Collection, which really is the original trilogy, but we'll not get into that, and like the New Republic Fighter Tank, couple of the battle packs. So I think a big reason we find this here on the list is because of the TIE Defender and TIE Crawler sets. The Rogue Shadow, of course, are big ones from the Expanded Universe, but this is a very small theme, very small line. There aren't a lot of Expanded Universe sets. You can see all of them on your screen now, so it just gives you an idea. And a lot of them you can also say, like, really this belongs here or this belongs there. Like, I'd say the TIE Fighter Collection goes with the Episode 4, Episode 5, Episode 6, and maybe you could throw the Republic Fighter Tank in with the Clone Wars. I mean, there's just, you can put a few of these elsewhere and it would become an even smaller line, so that's my opinion there. At number 7, with 5% of the vote, we have Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This has some great sets from 2005. You can see the Wookiee Attack, Arc 170, Wookiee Catamaran, Clone Turbo Tank, Ultimate Lightsaber Duel. So many good sets, really cheap too. These are very well priced for the time, and very appreciative of them. And then when they came back around the next few years, they released the Jedi Hyperdrive Ring, another Arc 170, Republic Swamp Speeder, Emperor Palpatine Shuttle. Lots of really cool sets from this line. Battle packs as well, General Grievous Starfighter. And then even more recently, we've got another Turbo Tank, new Darth Vader Transformation, ATA piece. So this is a continued and very good looking line. LEGO's done a great job keeping Episode 3 alive and giving it new and revamped sets when they can, making them look even better than before. So very pleased, Episode 3, number 7 on the list. At number 6, with 6% of the vote, we have Episode 7, The Force Awakens, with some awesome LEGO sets. The Millennium Falcon, Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, First Order Transporter, Special Forces TIE Fighter, Poe's X-Wing. as well as the newer Resistance X-Wing. Just so many good sets. We have the battle packs that have turned out to be really good with the more recent battle packs. Of course, the first wave of battle packs weren't quite as good, but I'm really liking the newer wave. Some good polybag figures and sets as well in there. So pretty pleased with this. You know, it's a great line, The Force Awakens. They've done a good job creating good sets from the movie, and I'm very happy. Of course, we're not going to have any remakes of these maybe ever, or if not for a while, maybe like 5 or 10 years, because a lot of these models are just absolutely great. They're gorgeous, perfect in my opinion, so very nice, very cool sets from The Force Awakens. Next up, with 8% of the vote at number 5, we have Rogue One. Now, of course, Rogue One doesn't have that many LEGO sets. You guys can see pretty much the whole wave right there on the screen, the whole line right there on the screen. And we have Krennic's Shuttle, the Y-Wing, the U-Wing, the AT-ST. And what I think really stands out here is that Rogue One is number 5, and it's only got like 8 LEGO sets. So that really says something about the set design here and kind of the throwback to the original trilogy and the whole thing there. LEGO's done a great job making some great sets, well-designed, great figures, and I think it really shows here with this voting that Rogue One, which is such a new thing, although it does really borrow a lot of original trilogy ships, as it should, because it's really a prequel to the original trilogy, I think that still really shows how good these LEGO sets are compared to some of the older sets. So LEGO's done a great job with the Rogue One sets, and I'm really excited to see what they continue making for Rogue One for the years to come. At number 4, with 9% of the vote, we have the Clone Wars. Of course, the Republic dropship with AT-OT, the Gunship, the Turbo Tank, the Venator, the Malevolence. Those are just the biggest sets in there. And there are many great mid-tier ships in here, like just so many good mid-tier ships. You guys can just look at them on the screen. I'm not going to name them off for you. But a lot of the mid-tier ships in the Clone Wars I think were great. Again, it really helped make the line, and then you've got a lot of the lower-end ships with great minifigure selection, like the Darth Maul minifigure, which is really cool. Some of the jetpack clones. The Hyena Droid Bomber was a big flop in my opinion, but we'll just keep going. There were a lot of polybags from the Clone Wars. There were so many Clone Wars polybags. Really, I think it's probably the most. I think there's more than there is even for the original trilogy, so a lot of Clone Wars polybags. I mean, the Clone Wars was huge for years, so I think LEGO's done a great job with the Clone Wars line, and I'm excited to see them continuing to do remakes maybe in the coming years as the sets start to look a little bit dated and you get new pieces and you're able to make new ships. Maybe they can make some new sets and scenes from the Clone Wars possibly in the future too. That would be pretty cool. At number 3, with 12% of the vote, we have Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Some pretty neat sets here, like Jabba's Palace, a couple of Jabba's sail barges, the Battle of Endor, the Imperial Shuttle Tidarium. So, very neat selection here from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Very happy to see this so high. Of course, the original trilogy is going to be rounding out the top 3 if you guys haven't figured that already. We got a couple A-Wings here, the AT-ST, Desert Skiff Escape. So, pretty cool sets from Return of the Jedi. I'm really happy with the design. They've done a lot of great remakes from Return of the Jedi. So, unfortunately, the TIE Interceptor is not included in that remake list yet. But I think LEGO has done a good job in general with Return of the Jedi. So, let's see. Which one will be number 2? Which one will be number 1? A New Hope or The Empire Strikes Back? Who knows? And at number 2, we have Episode 4, A New Hope. It got 17% of the vote. Some great sets here as well. Tantive 4, Imperial Star Destroyers, Millennium Falcons, the Sandcrawler. Again, UCS sets were not included in this, so don't forget that. A couple of Y-Wings probably. So very happy. I think New Hope has some great sets in there. I mean, the Imperial Landing Craft didn't see much screen time, but they still got it in here as a set. I think LEGO's done a great job here. Some of the packs, like the TIE Fighter and Y-Wing 2-in-1s, I think were great back in the day. We have the 2012 TIE Fighter, which had an excellent design, still holds up till today. MIDI scale sets, these were the only 2 MIDI scale sets ever made were made for A New Hope, so that's kind of cool. And then, of course, we got a few Droid Escape sets in there as well. So let's hop on. Let's find out what's number 1 if you haven't figured it out already. And the number 1 fan-voted favorite LEGO Star Wars sub-theme on Brickset.com with 22% of the vote is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Of course, the AT-ATs reign supreme in this line. Of course, we got 4 AT-ATs here, motorized, non-motorized, spring-loaded shooters, no spring-loaded shooters. We got a Millennium Falcon, of course, the original and only Cloud City set. We got a couple X-Wings, the Hoth Rebel base, Hoth Echo base as well. Lots lots of Hoth sets, snow speeders in here. The one and only TIE Bomber, which again, like the TIE Interceptor, I want to see a remake of. Of course, the more recent Hoth Attack and Carbon Freezing Chamber. Great LEGO sets, great buys. We have the Slave One, the 2006 Slave One, the 2006 X-Wing. Great sets as well. And then you get into the nostalgic original Slave One, really old set, really small and old looking twin pod cloud car, and then some poly bags, of course, including the unreleased mini snowspeeder poly bag. If you guys didn't know, that set is unreleased, never released by LEGO, the mini snowspeeder. You can see it there in the bottom right of your screen. So do you guys agree with this list? Do you not agree with this list? Let me know down in the comments. Should I do some of my own like fan voting top 10s? You guys let me know down in the comments. Let me know your ideas for fan voting top 10s. What should I do as far as fan voting goes? Like maybe top 10 clone troopers voted by you guys, the fans. Should I do more like that? So let me know what you want down in the comments below. And thank you all for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, please drop a like on the video. If you have anything to say, again, comment it down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I make great stuff. So I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Be happy. Don't worry, be happy.